Mute. Namaskar, Adhab, Sat Sri Akal. Very warm welcome, everyone. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Hope you're doing well, staying healthy, and enjoying the beautiful world outside. This is Varun Kapur, your host for the next 30 minutes. I'm coming live after a while, so pardon me if I do a little bit of goof up on the screen, but I'm really looking forward to this conversation today. Reason being, one, I've been doing this for a very long time, and it's really, really close to my heart that we bring people who are doing something for the community, who are doing as a business, but as something for the community. Second, there's a lot of competition all around. There is a lot of stuff happening all around us. So if we could give a platform to anybody who deserves it, who could use leverage it uh, to increase the community outreach, to bring the community closer, why not? So this is my humble effort, and I look forward to getting all your support. So if you wish to be part of such podcast, you can always join. You can always contact me. My number, my details, I will definitely share during the session. But you could see on your screen my Instagram handle, my YouTube handle. Uh, that's generally every platform. I'll have the same ID. You can reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to take you on board. All right, enough of this introduction about the platform. A big shout out to a few people before I get the guest on screen. Of course, a big shout out to Austin Indian Woman in Business handle, Instagram handle. That is a big and a huge supporter of all these podcasts. So big shout out to you guys. Of course, a big shout out to Ethnic Wear, which I also am supporting today by wearing a kurta. And also, big shout out to everybody who will be joining and watching. I see Avish Creations, so welcome Deepa, Dia Studio, and everybody. You guys are the ones that I really want this platform to be leveraged for. So please feel free, connect with me. I'll take you on this journey. All right, now on to this podcast. It is with someone who I've been watching for a while on social media, been hearing some good reviews from people who have been going to the specific food truck, and I myself have tried. And I can say one thing, I generally don't use such things, but I'm going to leverage it today. It's my kids certified food truck because they like it as well. So uh, I'm going to welcome Harika here, who is this whole sole reason behind this food truck. So give me 1 second while I get her on the screen. Here we go. Welcome, Harika,
Hey,
to the
Varun.
podcast.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you, Varun. Firstly, I should thank you to bring me to this podcast. Um, yeah,
Long time. Due.
very.
We've been talking about it, and I really wanted to do it sooner. But there I durustai, and welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Uh, Someone who is an IT person, someone who has been, or I don't know if I should say or not, but someone who's been in that industry, into the food industry. What a jump! What a story! And that's the story I wanted to tell everyone. Everybody looks at it from a perspective that it's a very lucrative kind of a avenue and lucrative business. Everybody wants to be part of this mad race and want to be the best, but there are challenges, and that's the whole purpose of this podcast, where we want to talk about your journey, who you are, what you've been doing, what you have done already, what you've been doing, and what's in the future. And then also some nuggets of advice for people like maybe me, who want maybe to venture out into this business or into any kind of food industry related business. So the stage is all yours, but before I start, definitely would like you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Harika Thupkar? I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but you could correct me. And
Yes.
oh, looks like you got frozen. And once you tell us a little bit about yourself, then we'll walk into your journey of SpiceJar.
Well, thank you. First thing again, I would like to thank you, Varun, for bringing me to the show. Yes, I'm Harika Thupkar. I'm born and raised in Hyderabad, South India, but has some roots of um, Mumbai, Punjab. Pune. So, uh, so my all my studies, my childhood, everything has been from Hyderabad, Telangana. So I can proudly say I'm a daughter of Telangana.
Okay.
Not from Telangana or Hyderabad. That is one thing. And my background is all engineering, like how all the all the 90s or 80s kids being doctors or either the version of engineering. So I'm the same route.
You don't have to reveal your age. So let's keep it generic. Please.
Yeah, yeah, that is about me and being into IT. I've got married, been here, and yeah, cooking was not at all my portion, honestly to say. The day I landed here, let me tell you a small incident that happened between me and my husband. The day I landed here, my husband asked me to check. He actually put the rice on the rice cooker in the rice cooker, and he asked me if the rice was done. Can you please check and turn it off? I'll just go and come back. Then the next question was like, how do I know that the rice is cooked?
Okay.
He had a huge blank face and he thought like the next moment, Array, life has started back again. So that was my stage in 2011 when I was landed here from Hyderabad to USA. So then the passion for cooking, because then I didn't have any job or I was like on my yeah I was like a regular normal woman, so everything was like very normal going on. Just I created a passion just to help my family, or that's all it started. But again, I jumped into IT and all, but somewhere the roots have in me, that passion is behind me, that okay, I'm more into cooking and all. In 2014, I was in California. So before I go to 2014, I can say my guru, like Ekalavya Sishya, I'm the Ekalavya Sishya of Vashef.
Okay.
So that's how it started. And one of my very close friend, my guru, I can say Zareens. She is my inspiration. She is a wonderful woman where she is like multitasking. She runs a restaurant actually,
Okay.
so that's how all the passion started from her. Like I'm a person where I can grab all like good things from everyone. Definitely everybody has negativity, but all the good things. But that something hit me, and somewhere I had a thought, okay, why don't we can run a restaurant? But restaurant is not a small thing. It's
Got it.
not something that can be done overnight. So that's what I understood from my friend, and that's when the new culture has started, like food on wheels.
Got it. That is gonna be my next question as well, right? Why a food truck? There could be other things that you could have done, but how come you landed on a food truck?
Well, I did few of the caterings, but the view when you have an LLC or a home caterer, it's completely different. The
Mhm.
view and the version is different. And for me, I want to bring up some new stuff to the community or to my people around. So when you go to an American restaurant, you see people, the Indian people there, they miss some desi kind of flavors, and the American people, when they come to Indian restaurants, they feel they miss their American flavors. So what I thought is, okay, let me mix them together, and I brought the fusion food onboarded, like the samosa burger, desi chicken burger, burrito wraps, how we get in Chipotle. So those were the huge hits. So I thought, okay, let me get these onboarded onto a food truck, which is like a smaller version. I don't need to have a restaurant for that.
Correct. Correct.
Then after that, as my customers requested, go for dosa, go for other items. All those menu has been added, and it has become like 115 or something. Like those many items are on my menu. Like Thursday specials, Friday specials, Saturday and Sunday weekend brunch specials. All this been added into that small box that's called my food truck.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I know. I saw the when I saw the menu, right, for a food truck to have those kinds of options and those number of options is always, I'll be honest, is a hit or a miss, because the more you expand, the more options you put on, you kind of have to be good in everything. Otherwise, one bad word of mouth and one bad comment can ruin everything. But
Exactly.
I can only vouch for the things that I ate, I had last time with my family. And this is not because I wanted to interview or had her on my podcast. This is something which I've been hearing from a lot of friends, that they've had the food, they like the food, and since it was so close to my house, why not? And for those who know or don't know, I am a foodie myself. I love, all kinds of foods. I'm a Punjabi, so Punjabis are known for just eating. Diljit Dosanjh has sung a song that, Baki, we don't care about money, जट पैदा होया सिर्फ खान वास्ते. So that's what I believe in. I love eating and I love to try new foods, any kinds of foods, but this fusion food was definitely something that I personally can vouch for. That's why I said it's my little one certified, because she actually really loved almost everything that she had. We did take some pictures as well, and I shared it on social media, because a kid born here has a different kind of taste bud. They're not the typical Indian kids who enjoy the same Indian food every day and day out. So for them to adapt or to like such kind of food is not easy. But if somebody likes it, then it definitely speaks about, first, the food, second, the chef or the cook who's made that food, that they've done the job right. So I can definitely vouch for that. Now I'm going to kind of tap on that as well. Now, fusion food, right, it's was definitely, I'll say it's a risky experiment or a risky thing that you've done. Why did you think like just fusion of the Indian American culture, because of what you just said, or there were other reasons, or did you take any kind of formal kind of training, or was it something that you just designed your own menu?
It is definitely not a training. Like I said, my friend, she is one of my inspiration. She has few of her things, so where I have improvised. And whenever I go to any of the restaurant, I feel, hey, why don't we add this flavor? For example, one of my customer, when they ate the salan of the biryani, whatever I have given, they said, hey, this salan is just like the halim. Then immediately my brain, my monkey brain for cooking has a different input, and my staff was surprised to hear that that's going to come, and I'm going to onboard that in my next menu as a weekend brunch. So it's like all about mix and match. Like when you are taking a boutique, they mix and match because they have those combinations adopted. So it's the same thing with me. Seeing the texture of the food or smelling, when you have the aroma around of the food itself, I can say if the food is cooked, does it have salt, or looking at the consistency itself, I can make it out. Like that's how I've adapted in my body or my senses. I can say clearly that okay, this is going to be hit, or no, it doesn't reach at all.
Okay, cool. Now, of course, with food industry overall, generally, it took a hit after 2020. But I would say that was also like a blessing in disguise. And that's a very common, thought that goes into everybody's mind, that, post COVID, a lot of these food trucks became a kind of a quick hit after, say, 2022, 23, when the COVID was pretty much gone and all that stuff. And everybody jumped the bandwagon. And especially in Texas, I was not here in 2020, 21. I moved here 2022. But I have now, since then, I have been seeing all these food trucks popping every single place. If I have to ask you, Harika Thupkar, for Spice Jar, what makes Spice Jar stand out? What would you tell everyone who's watching here? Why should they stop by? Why should they come and eat at Spice Jar?
Definitely, it's a valid question that you're asking. Definitely, I have to stand up for this question. So I can say the quality and the number of varieties that we give from the kids to the adults or the teenagers or the fusion version, or the South Indian version, or the Thali version, anything that you want, or the charts, or the sweets, desserts, or the drinks, everything. It's a one-stop shop.
Got it. And I like the banta, the bottle that you have. That was always a hit, and now my kids enjoy every single time we are going anywhere. They want that. Let me get back on one more question. I talked about your food truck and all that. What about this name, Spice Jar? How and what made you name your food truck Spice Jar?
So way back in 2016, I had a catering service, though I was working in IT, and because this is what my passion or hobby, I can say, like the cooking is something that makes me feel like people when they go out for walking or trekking kind of stuff, they feel that meditative stuff, right?
Yeah,
So I'm a person where when I'm cooking, I feel that kind of okay, I'm happy, my soul is happy. That's what I feel like. So I had the name Bayleaf. I've kept my kitchen name as Bayleaf. But here, already there were few more restaurants that were already existing where I couldn't. So I felt like, okay, I need to go something unique. That's what I always think, where I can reach people.
got it.
Spice jar itself shows like there is a jar and there are spices in it. So the spices might be spicy or flavorful or any kind. So my food truck is a jar, but it is flavorful jar.
Very nice, very nice. That's the best way. And just like you, I also somehow again feel uh, cooking is therapeutic for sure for me as well. I really enjoy that, and sometimes it's like a stress buster. So
Correct.
if you make that as your career as well, or out of passion, I think it's like a win-win for sure for a lot of things, for a lot of people as well, because not only are you serving your family, you're also serving the community, and that's really amazing. Now, this is the good, happy part. I'm sure it came with its own challenges. It came with a lot of like hurdles. Talk us through some of the hurdles, some of the challenges, and tell us, how easy or how difficult it was to set up Spice Jar the way we know it right now.
Yeah, definitely. This is something we have to discuss about. So, the first part is like getting the location which has the electricity or the power pole. And the bigger the food truck, the more the electricity. So, it is like challenging thing for you to get the spot and the location. And if you get the location, it is again challenging where you can grab the crowd. So it is like more into like when you're into business, you have to be more on social media,
Got it.
or you have to be more with your varieties of version that you show up to I mean, showcase your customers, or you attract your customers.
Got it.
And you need to be unique yourself. And whoever are coming up new to the market onto this food industry with the food truck or restaurant or anything, we shouldn't ever see like at least for a year or two we should ever see for the like the on a
Profit.
double profit or the double digits.
Got it.
It is all head to head or a 10% lower than whatever you are investing.
Got it.
It's all about your patience. It's all about how much time you're giving the effort. It's not like you are sitting in an office chair and you have a chef and you hire four staff and go. My policy is like if you're a tailor, then go for a boutique. If you're a chef, you personally as a owner, if you're a chef, go for a restaurant. If you're a millionaire, that is different issue. But for me, this is what I learned from my previous experiences.
Got
Because
it.
one day a chef might be ill, or some things might have happen in a negative way, and you should be in a place to make sure you're not shutting down your business. You even continue further with a positive attitude.
Absolutely. Now, I've heard this from a lot of friends and acquaintances that I know of who are running such similar kind of businesses. You cannot just expect to sit on a chair and hope that everything will work smoothly. You have to roll up your sleeves. You have to get your hands dirty, your clothes dirty, everything.
Everything,
Yeah,
everything.
because
First thing, the main challenging is like For me, I do have three kids, honestly saying.
Wow.
So, and the ages are like one is preteen, one is 8 years, one is 4.5 years. And past 6 months, I hardly spend time with them.
I'm sure.
I hardly. So you'll be a little bit for a year or so. You'll be a little bit away from your family, but it's all about you know getting
Commitment.
yeah for a betterment. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, commitment is definitely. I also want to be mindful, and I have definitely a couple of things that I would love to kind of address. But again, a big shout out to Austin Indian Instagram handle. Uh, who have been supporting such kind of causes. Austin underscore Indian underscore woman in business handle. I want to be very mindful. Please do follow that handle as well. And also, not because they are supporting businesses local to Austin or elsewhere, but also they are catering or focused towards bringing women like Harika to such platforms. And it's just not my platform. Across the board, any platform should be doing the same thing, as to give a, this time, this space to everybody who can showcase what they are doing. Again, I these are businesses, it is for profit, I completely understand, but at the same time, it's not easy being a business owner, and then secondly being a woman business owner. It's even more challenging in this day and age. Yes, it's 2024, but still it comes with its own challenges. So I encourage all of you to follow that handle. And of course, like I mentioned, also ethnic elite, Diwali is coming, a lot of festivities are coming. Go to their handle and you could get a lot of these kurtas or Indian dresses and all that stuff. So a shout out to them as well. Now, going back to Spice Jar, another question that came up, and somebody was asking me, do you cater as well? Like I mentioned about these festivities. Now, it's gonna get a little busier for the
Yes.
next few months.
Yes.
Do you do that?
Yes. Yes. We do cater. Previously, before we launched the food truck, I was into catering, and now we bought the food truck. Though I mean, I paused the catering for a couple of months because I want to balance the things properly, streamline the things. But now that I do have handful of staff and I'm able to, you know, grab the crowd and all. Yep, I'm good with caterings. Yes, I'm taking the catering orders, and from this coming weekend onwards, I'll be roaming around Austin, like from AIWB, like Austin Indian Women's Business Utsav Mela 2 is coming up. I'm
Yep.
in there. And October 5th, there is going to be the Rieta Dhandia. I'm there. Georgetown Dhandia on October 12th. I'm in there. October 26th, Round Rock Diwali Food Festival. I'm in there. Yeah,
Cool.
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
ahead in November or two.
Very nice, very nice. So I'm gonna definitely bump into you into multiple
Definitely.
sites. So
Welcome.
definitely looking forward to that. Now, uh, another thing which I really want to set straight with a lot of people who want to know uh, how easy or difficult it is to get into this business. So you've told us about a couple of challenges. uh, I'm sure you'd have some kind of happy moments as well. And on happy moment, first I have to congratulate you for the event that you did last weekend. It was a super duper hit. I heard again a lot of things. My bad, I could not be there in person. I'm definitely going to be there next time. But first, talk us a little bit about that event, and also in the future, what are you planning for Spice Jar? How are you going to take it to the next level? So something on those lines.
So, first thing, coming to the challenges, like you asked prior, like I said, it is when you have, I mean, nowadays it is easy to find or buy a food truck. But for me, I specially designed myself and my husband. We both like personally designed. We just bought a rail trailer, like the trailer. That's
Oh,
it for 12K, and
wow.
everything. We hired a contractor from the instrumentation, from the interior designing, where the plumbing work has to go, where the sinks has to go, everything. If we get chance or when we get time to meet again at my food truck, I'm going to show you inside of my food truck. It's like a mini restaurant kitchen. It doesn't have
Great.
space, but it's just like a mini restaurant kitchen.
Very nice. I'm
Everything is inbuilt.
looking forward to that. Definitely, I'm gonna do that. So yeah,
So
go ahead.
it was a huge work of process for us, for both of us personally, for me and my husband, I can say. And then coming to the next step is the process with the counties. Like, since I'm into Round Rock, it is a Williamson County that's going to get into this process. Before that, the fire inspection. Everything is challenging for us. So with fire inspection, it is easy. It is a 1 day process. We are going to get the approval just in right in front of us, if everything is smooth. But with the Williamson County, that is a difficult and a challenging task. If one thing goes wrong, we have to wait for another 30 days to get the appointment.
Oh
And
wow.
that too, we had to choose either Tuesday or Thursday. That is the toughest part. So there was a challenging task for me. Then once we get it again, the place and like finding a proper location, yeah, it is kind of a initial stages are always baby steps. Definitely once we get on road, that is when it is as a owner, as we name it, the it is in our hands to take where we have to place it.
Got it. Got it. All right, that's good to know, and I'm really looking forward, to some more interactions as well. Now, in this journey, I'm sure you've mentioned your husband a couple of times.
Right,
I'm sure he's the backbone. Your
definitely.
family is definitely backbone, but during this journey, anybody who's kind of been helping you out, or it could be God, it could be other people, it could be anybody, but how has that journey been, and who have been your backbones and supporters in this?
Definitely, my backbone is my family, my husband and my kids. Why I'm bringing my kids is that their ages are very small. They are very little actually. They are very young. But my older daughter, she supports me a lot with taking care of the other two. If my husband is with me at the truck, before when we hired like more staff, now that I got good number of staff, they are like my family again. They understands me very well. They understand me a lot. they they see me like their family, like how I am with them, they interact with me in the same way. So coming to my husband, he is like, if there is a need, before that itself he thinks before me, and he says like, hey, maybe you might need this. He guides me a lot. For every woman entrepreneur to be successful, I can say both the husband and wife needs to be coordinated and needs to be on the same track. That's when the journey will go smooth. It is not that easy to handle with one person, either with the husband nor even with the wife. Both of them has to be very coordinative and very supportive. I mean, small things happen here and there, but again, it's all about supporting each other.
Great, great. All right, as we kind of wrap up, moving from an IT industry, as a full-time IT employee, to a food truck, which is more fulfilling?
Definitely my hobby and passion. I worked in IT, but I'm not an IT guy. I know
Got it.
that because with family, being distractions, moving around, nowadays it's like more about technology. I'm not saying that it is not my cup of tea. It is like for me, when you are doing tapas, you have to sit in one place and you have to, focus on that. Where I can give that tapas on my cooking and my food truck, where I'm unable to focus on my IT. And at any point, my thoughts were to switch into food truck. I thought this is the best time where I can move on to here.
Great. Perfect. All right. That was great, Harika. I think, we covered pretty much everything, but one thing which I'll kind of have you end up this kind of podcast with is, one piece of advice, maybe, one to do, one not to do, if somebody is thinking of getting into this. And the last thing would be, where do you see Spice Jar in the next few years?
So let me first finish up, like whoever are planning to come up into this one. I only believe in creating time. When people ask, how do you get time doing this with the kids, waking up early morning? Do you sleep actually? What time do you sleep? Look at your face, look at your eyes. You need to take rest. Yes, I need to take rest. But I have taken, I'm, look, I'm SpiceJar is my baby, is my fourth child. So it's still a baby. I have to make sure that baby is growing good in a healthy way. So what I say is create time. Whoever are planning to come into this industry or any other new industry, create time. Time never runs behind you. You have to create time to make your passion fulfill or whatever you're thinking like you want to make it happen successful. Create time for it. Spend time with it. That's when you'll be able to get into the successful picture.
Mhm.
Maybe not successful, at least you can bring it to onboarded to that road. So that is one thing. And yeah, I never thought that I would be past 2 years. If you ask me the same question, I would say no. Whatever I'm here with the IT, I'm good. That is what I told my friends. And after 2 years, I'm with SpiceJar. I'm like go with the flow. I think about the next future, but it is not like okay. I don't say that I want to go with a restaurant or open a new food truck in another location. I don't want to commit on those things, but go with the flow. Whatever I'm with right now, I want to go take it in a smoother way, not in any uh, tilts and all. I want to launch it on a smooth way.
That's great. I think that's I like that comment that future is important for sure, but at the same time, go with the flow. I think that is applicable to our lives as well. As much as I would love to plan everything, and again, I can on an anecdotal note, we've been trying to talk and get this podcast done for such a long time, even before your event. But whenever something has to happen, it will eventually happen. You don't have control over it. You don't have control over situations. What you have control over, and specifically in your case, is the flavor, the spice chart that you've created, full of spices, full of amazing food, full of
Happiness
amazing,
when you eat the food.
exactly, the happiness that you're spreading. I think you have control over that, and I think I wish you all the very best that that continues. And a kind of advice based on what I've heard from Harika is, uh, if you really are passionate about anything, it could be anything, doesn't have to be like a food truck or a hotel business or a restaurant business, or it could be anything. If you have the passion, you will eventually make way through that. You will eventually get into that. It's just a little bit of patience, a little bit of courage. I'm sure it was a lot of courage, determination, time, exactly. And in the end, of course, money as well, because nothing happens without that. So a little bit of investment, but more importantly, all of this supplemented by a passion will definitely drive you to success. So that's kind of what I am deriving out of this conversation with Harika. Of course, we're gonna have more conversations. I will also, whenever I get a chance and I visit their food truck, definitely gonna have a little bit of a video around how it looks and what she, along with the husband, has done to the food truck. But on a final note, please tell us your location, your address, your timings, the days you're available, so that if somebody wants to come and enjoy the food, how can they reach out to you? When can they come to the Spice Jar food truck?
Sure. So we are open on from Thursday to Sunday. Thursday and Friday is like 4 p.m. to 10. Sorry, Thursday and Friday is like 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday is 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And we are located at 311 Highland Estates Drive, Round Rock, Texas 78664. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook handles at SpiceJar Fusion Kitchen, and our contact 512-786-0051, and our website spicejarkitchen.com. And we do also have okay, one more thing on a quick note I would like to say. Every Friday we are doing the Fun Friday raffle game. So we ask a question to our customers on whoever are there in our WhatsApp group. So we give out a poll, and whoever participates in that poll, we pull out all those participants and make the chits. And on Saturday morning, we pick a lucky draw from one of our customers, and we announce them, giving them free food, free one food item, anything on the menu. They can come either on that particular Saturday or or that Sunday. So that is
Wonderful.
one thing
Okay.
yeah, for my customers.
Now, how to be part of that WhatsApp group? Because I want to be on that group. I want to
I'm
be.
going to share you on your I'm going to share you that. So you can, like I said, the contact number that I gave you, you can join in that, and I'm going to add you to the group.
All right. That's great. Great conversation. Thank you, Harika, for your time. Any parting words before we end the podcast?
First thing, like I said, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, Varun, um, and AIWB team. I would like to thank Priya for this, Varun, and many of my friends around who are supporting my husband, especially, and my family, my kids, everyone here. Hope everything goes smooth. It's like this is something new for me, and I'm trying to pull up the positiveness from Spice Jar and give the happiness with the food. Hope everything goes good. We'll meet you, Varun, at my food truck again.
Absolutely, we will. And on that note, I'm also gonna wish everyone, all the business owners, including Harika, including Spice Jar, anybody who's doing that, kudos to you for your efforts. And if you want to be showcased on this podcast, please reach out to me. Again, thank you for correcting me. I could have used AIWB. That's easier because Austin Indian Women in Business is like a little mouthful for me as well. So yes, big shout out to them. Do connect with them as well because they are the ones who are kind of helping or facilitating these conversations. So they are the one who kind of connected me with Harika as well. And I really also want to give a shout out to Elite. Again, I'm gonna goof up their name, but Ethnic Elite, for all their wonderful support and love. Uh, do look at their website as well as Instagram handle and get your clothes and everything accessories for the festive season. Festive season is coming. I'm 100% sure Harika will definitely plan some of those musical nights and more events.
Yes.
So I will definitely see you guys at one of those events, and I will definitely make announcements whenever she plans it. We'll have a get together, a fun get together of all the Austinites here in Austin, uh, because food trucks or any such business also does one thing is bringing the community together. The videos, the clips that I saw, some of the pictures I saw at her event really resonated with me because that's what we should all be striving for, that any business, no matter they're your competitor or not, go out and support them, go out and reach out to them, ask them how they can also leverage your network. That's the most important thing, and that's where I would like to end this podcast. Please, please, please go ahead, subscribe or follow Spice Jar. The handle is Spice Jar Fusion Kitchen on Instagram. I can vouch one more thing. Looking at the pictures of the food, you will definitely be tempted. So keep on posting such pictures, Harika. Keep on attracting all of us through your work. Kudos to you, your husband, your family for doing this. And I'll see you at one of the events at Spice Jar.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone. Take care. God bless and enjoy your week ahead. Bye for now.
Bye.